Alright, yo yo yo. Let's hope today goes a little better, goes a little smoother, not as many disconnects. Might be a dream. Anything else? No, we need to do some summons, and y'all need to figure out who we're getting, cause look at this. We got 21, and that clearly says 18 until guarantee, so we gotta make it happen. Okay, so okay, I need to think. I need to think of all the units we have. And then put them into categories. Yep. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay, we have Olea, Rin, Luke, Kairon, and we have Haru, Shizuru, Yuki, and I don't know, Mei, Lin, and then Vero, Rin, Mei, Lin, Luke, Yuki, already out. Olea's already out. Who am I missing? Come on. Ah, yeah, she's right there on the picture. Renoa. Okay, come on. You can do this. So, we have Olea, Rin, Luke, Kairon, Haru, Shizuru, Yuki, Mei, Lin, Veronica, Renoa, Magna. It's always Magna. I swear. It is always Magna that I'm forgetting. Every single damn time. Okay, who else? Wait, it should be 10 plus 3. Let's see. 1, 5, 9, 12. We're missing 1. No, okay, so listen. Main account. Greetings after. I still need to think of the, okay, so listen to this list and tell me who's missing. Hugo, Olea, Rin, Luke, Kairon, Haru, Shizuru, Yuki, Malin, Veronica, Renoa, Magna. Who's missing? Because as far as I can tell, we should have 13 units to be pulled, and this was only 12. Kalib. True. Thank you very much. Alright, people. So, you have a vote. We have a guaranteed 5-star, and I, as somebody rightly so determined, have a greetings thing to do. So if anybody of you needs a little bit of dopamine, needs a little bit of a feel good, needs a little bit of a shout out, let me know. Just put anything into the chat, and starting from any message after Kalib, we'll just rattle through them while y'all figure out who we're gonna get. And after that, we'll obviously talk about the combo and everything like that. Yo, Lyronheart, good morning, Mr. Streamer. Since the tower's coming soon, can we get a rehash on the Vanguards and the optimal builds? Potentially. Lush Castle, what's up? Aquastatic, Craven. Alright. That's pretty good. We got all those names. Oh, hey, Mashiro Kanzan, what's up? Good stuff. Oh, you know what? My worst fear is that today we get another fucking crash. On-call Tizabarokohen 1899. Please someone help me. I can't stop getting Hugo dupes and I want Renoa so badly. That's crazy. I don't have a singular Hugo. Hugo? Whatever. Yo, Jinx RTX, what's up? Jack Nakasano, Buddha, Pepsodon, Masahiro, Scoozy, share my hair care routine. Note that's a trade secret, clearly. Yo, Hayate, what's up? And a peek at the gym armpit. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Good stuff. Wait, why is the YouTube chat the official one behind? Nightmare XD channel, what's up? Alright. So, yeah, I really think this is the day where we get a Hugo. Like, just as a refresher, for those of you that aren't familiar with our account lore, okay? Look. we have every single 5-star in the game besides Hugo. And it's not just that we have every single 5-star. We also have a few of those multiple times. And we still do not have a singular Hugo. And for the sake of the sakes, I would like to keep it that way. You know? If possible, I'd like to keep it this way. So, let's see if we can dodge another Hugo. That's always the big question. Micah-chan, what's up? Using all crystals or only the 21? We're only doing the 21 because we have a guaranteed. Okay. No, get my furry boy. Hell no. I'll dodge him one more time. Okay, so we've been stalling for 6 minutes. Then we go into like the whole combo, right? The whole point of this video. But not Hugo hater. I just think it's fun. I just think it's fun to not have him. Alright, let's go. Instant. Nope. Fake out. Maybe super fake out, but I kinda doubt it. Looks like we have to go full pity. Another Rosaria. Yep. Okay. Hugo Serenia can work? Yes, Hugo Serenia is a good combo. Okay, so here we go. This is the all-deciding 10 pull. What? It's a 5-star. Unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. Nobody thought this was possible. Oh, instant. My man! My man, Luke! Big happy. I really like what I'm seeing. Yep. Yep. That is pretty awesome. Very happy. Honestly, couldn't have gone any better. Very happy. Yep. Very happy. So, we are on Luke E2. Now, why am I so happy? We now have Luke E3. If I use... Listen, I know this sounds like sacrilege or like I'm insane, but I could use the Omega dupe and we'd be at Luke E4. Huh? And then I only need 2 more and I get myself E6 Luke. Ever since release of the game, I want this card. It might not be the craziest card in existence, but I want it. 240% base damage, bullet, guaranteed weakness, guaranteed crit. Please and thank you. I want this in my life. Every 12 bullets, we get another bullet. Say less. Oh, and also the damage bonus goes from a casual 40 to 60%. That's how you do an E6. You take the E4 from 40 to 60 and you get a new card. So, the way for me to get that would be, for example, I know, crazy talk, but I could pull for 2 more Serenials so that I could use the Serenials to trade them in for Luke memory codes. I could do that. Could. Not will. Could, okay? And also look, I can still buy 1 more Luke memory code for 400. Which is also a gigantic waste. But I could do it. So if I do the dupe, if I buy the code, if I use the Omega code, we are already E5. And then I just need to get 1 more. But you know what's better? Waiting until I get it naturally. Waiting until I get it naturally, because trust me, next banner we're going to get another Luke. Surely. And then we have him E4. With the dupe we have him E5. And then maybe we get another one. Right? He just has to wait a bit more, but we're getting there. we are already potentially at e4, e5, maybe e6, depending on how I feel like it. But we have something more important to talk about. So, you've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title, you might be wondering, okay, what is he yapping on about? What I want to see is, for those of you that were here yesterday, when we found out about AoE coordinated attacks. Give me a 1 in chat. Every one of you that was here during us figuring out that coordinated attacks turn AoE so long as the card that triggers it is AoE. If you were there yesterday, give me a 1 while I arrange the screenshot so it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense for you. A 2, because you weren't there. 8, now you will. Because you haven't missed too much, because we found out the more important stuff. It's kind of like a revelation, you could say. I got a revelation yesterday evening, and that is exactly what we'll be doing here. Yeah. Alright, I just need to find the proper cards, and then life should be perfect. Damage, bullet in hand for 1 turn when using bullet cards. I mean, why not? This one sounds fun. So we have this one out of the way, and then lead, we either get this one or potentially this one. And then, yep, so those should be the Luke cards. But those aren't as important as SELENA, where we want to get ourselves this one right here. And this one right here. And this one right here. Yeah. Alright. So let's swap over and get the main actors on the field. So you'll see that there certainly is something in there that is going to be quite disgusting. So we have ourselves our 3 follow-up cards that she has, right? So boom, let's get them all on the floor, right? So so follow-up number 1 is on the condition that's an attack card. Follow-up number 2 is on the condition that the hit is type effective. Condition number 3 is that the attack card used is a passion card. So if you use a passion attack card that is type effective, you get a triple follow-up. A 100 into a 100 into a 50, right? And then you see that Luke has a card that applies passion weakness and itself does AoE damage. So every single, like this one flashbang, for example, before the passion weakness, right? Before the passion weakness, the flashbang triggers, gets the follow-up, that hits everybody, gets the follow-up, that hits everybody, and gets the follow-up, that hits everybody, right? So long as it's effective. If not, it only gets a double follow-up. But then we apply passion weakness, and then, let's see, what else do we have? We obviously then also have, screenshots. We also have the ability to, for example, use the exhaust bullet launcher. Not that important, right? But we could create 5 of these bullets. Alright. And then what else? Yeah, maybe this card just for rotation purposes. Right? And then we need to get ourselves a bullet real quick. Not into the head, just a bullet. Let's say we pick... I don't know, give me this one. So, the combo is actually a little bit nerfed. I'll explain why. No, wait, it's actually, I mean, a little bit, yes. So, these bullets that Luke creates, right? They are passion cards, attack cards, and technically AoE cards, meaning that one bullet is going to generate a triple follow-up, hitting every single unit or every single enemy on the field. The important part here is, through testing, and I'll show you in a second, is this bullet hit, right? This first bullet hit hits only one target, and then this second part hits everybody. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why, but I think it's in the wording, but for some reason, if you use a dispersing shot with a high-powered scope, only the secondary targets get the follow-up from high-powered scope for some reason, right? But still, dispersing shot with drone bombing, and drone bombing here should, by all means, get a AoE follow-up against every single enemy, because this one specifically says on the target, right? The target that's getting hit, and this one only says per coordinated attack. Alright, so that was the main thing here, and then loot copies, I mean, let's have a look, right? This one is irrelevant for our combo. Bullet card damage is sweet, but not that important. Basic level ups aren't important. The ult giving us 3 draw is pretty huge, because it's 3 draw. And the first bullet launcher cost card reduction by 1 is actually quite nice, right? That one's actually quite nice. And then for Selena, let's see. The mark is not important. Mark damage is irrelevant. Mark is irrelevant. And mark triggers 30% extra damage is also 30% for 100% is also irrelevant. So Selena really doesn't need any of those. Oh, and yes, I went to level 60 on Lucas today. Wanna know the moment when I figured out there was a mistake? We're down to 22 golden, 129 blue level experience. We've burned through all that beautiful experience that we gained from the Abyss missions. We are broke. We are out. There is nothing more left to give. Yep. So, for NARJA, I have to hope that there's a story, or that the tower mode gives a bunch, or that we get more chapters for the Abyss. I'm on life support. I'm basically on life support. Okay, so, Lucas and Selena are going to be the main focus today, and simply speaking, what we need to get is, this is our main focus, right? Main focus, a deck with a drone bombing copied before Epiphany, right? So we want to go to boss 1 without a drone bombing Epiphany. And then we just need this high powered scope Epiphany, right? That's it, right? Drone bombing high power. I'll probably chuck in a melee like a Veronica as the third. But the third is definitely more flexible. But yeah, we just need to copy drone bombing before we Epiphany it, and we need to get the high-powered scope Epiphany. The rest on the Selena deck is whatever, right? Surely, I mean, clearly there's some better and some worse rolls, but I don't really care too much about those. What I care about is just getting these 3 cards, right? These 3 cards are important, and for our Lucas build, if I can get the flashbang with passion weakness, that'd be awesome. But his is also less priority, right? We can always get bullets somewhere. This deck should be really easy, and his should be really easy as well. So, that's the game plan. And a lot of you were a little sad that we didn't take on the level 130 lab 0. So how about we do that? Luke, Kiss, Selena, Mika, Tier 13, a level 130 lab 0 with a little bit of that Mika sprinkled in. You know, this is the point where I'm actually gonna buy myself some food. Because this might be a little bit more tough. Alright, let's go. Yep, this is the game plan. Though we still want to seriously build the deck, which means we'll just reset until we get the 2-star and then we'll continue. But yeah, I do wonder how great of a performance will they show us just straight off the bat without even the crazy cards together. Do you think if Lab 0 comes into the 0 system, will it follow map observation we have right now? Yes. That's the thing. It's going to be definitely harder for you to get these like tier 13 / tier 14, especially tier 14 maps. But one thing I wish to see is for them to eliminate the normal Heart of the Ore vein, right? Just get rid of it. If they move it into Lab 0, just get rid of the normal Heart of the Ore vein and everybody will be very happy. Do you lose the food buff when you reset? Good question. Yep, looks like this is going to be a bit more costly. Unfortunately, we cannot stack it, right? So we always just have to like buy one food buff after every 2 resets. And then people tell you resetting Lab 0 isn't expensive. Oh, come on. No, wait. I feel like these bonuses we're getting are, for me personally, a bit too similar. It kind of feels like the game doesn't really want us to, you know, get a bit more different buffs. Like they all look, I don't know. They're looking eerily similar in what they do. I don't know. Wait, did I just make the game small? How the fuck did I do that? You're meant to be a windowed game. Okay, I guess I was just imagining things. Huh. Alright. How can I make good cards for Karen? I can't, if I can't cope in a Laboratory 8? What do you mean cope? Like, see what I mean? We always seem to be getting like a credit, epiphany, health / monster increase. I don't know. This feels like something is going on. What 5-star partner do you think is the most impactful to their respective character? Briar. Briar for Kairon probably. Yeah, Briar for Kairon or maybe Peko for Serenia. Or Peko in general. I don't know. This is getting a little suspicious. Looking for remove? Yeah, any remove. Like, I would take a 1 remove. I'd also take a double remove. I'd take a 1 remove plus HP reduction. I'm not too critical on what we get. But apparently, maybe we are still too critical, you know? Devs watching for real, for real. Yep, indeed. Because this is suspicious as hell. Or maybe it's just the fact that we're not insta-resetting, but actually having to buy food every 2 resets. That's making it feel a little off, you know? Okay, 1 remove. We take it. I said we take it, we take it. Alright, now, let's get rid of the shield, why not? Isn't Convert better? No, it's because of the fact that outside of shops, you can only remove cards at the beginning of the run, right? Outerior, or exterior, right? You can only remove cards in the exterior and in shops in Lab 0. Which means you don't have as many remove opportunities as you'd think, or as you, for example, find in other Zero System planets. So getting these removes out early is actually quite valuable. Alright, looks like we're going straight through the middle, then up, 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 down, and through. No, partner is always guaranteed. If you're looking to get Peko, always guaranteed. If you're looking to get the radar partner, always guaranteed. No 50-50, no nothing. Those removers get expensive at the end. Exactly, as well as that. Wow, Luke so overpowered. Luke is so overpowered. You saw that? He just one-shot these guys. He just one-shot these guys like you wouldn't believe it. Alright, we get a new card. Tactical maneuver early is weird. Very effective. Alright. So we now need to end him this turn. But I don't think we should have too much